Hello everybody and welcome back to the labs. I am Toasty and thank you for joining me here on another episode of ResonantRise. Whoa. I really don't know where that came from or why I started doing that. And I almost every day without fail don't want to, but end up doing it. So yeah, I don't know what's going on in there. Anyways, been an interesting day. Been a very interesting day for me. I was able to do some work this morning and just watch, had a nice morning with my wife and just kind of relaxed for a while. And yeah, just had a good morning and I was able to hop on for a bit and play and do some work on our void dimension that we made last episode. So if you didn't see that, go check it out. We go over a bit of how RF Tools handles its grammar system and void and dimension generation. So definitely check that out. Today I worked a bit and I was able to put up another end of the month marathon for episodes, and I was really hoping to get more caught up than that, but I had some issues with some uploading, and even with the issues that I had, I still actually just had to skip an episode altogether because one of the videos was all sorts of corrupted, and that wasn't the upload, that was actually the recorded footage. So, or the footage wasn't corrupted, it was muted. So anyways, it's been a very interesting day. And then on top of that, we were supposed to have some work done on the server from the hardware side of things, from the hosting company, and it didn't happen. So this is me being sad. But that meant the server was down for a good 6 hours or so. And eventually I just turned it back on because they must have closed for the day because it wasn't coming. So that was a bit of a shame. We have an egg. Don't spawn a chicken. Good. So I got to take care of something because the server has restarted several times. But I don't think I'm going to worry about that just yet. So I have done some work in the void dimension. And we're actually working on our new farms. So what I'd like to do is hop up here. I started this a few days ago, actually, and just kind of let it run. And that there is 31 redstone crystals. Okay, I only have those 31. I should have 32. Apparently I missed one, and I thought I might have had one drop and actually not like get picked up ever and logged off. So I was fairly certain that happened, and it looks like it definitely did, and we have some lag. Anyways, these redstone crystals may be a bit of a spoiler as to what we want to do, and it may or may not get done this episode, but we're gonna get started. They do take a very long time to make. The way these are made are just redstone blocks with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yes, 10 million RF. So yeah, that is a lot. So it does take some time, even with a lot of power going through it and things like that. So I think what we're going to do is try and increase the rate at which those lasers function. I don't know if I can actually do that, but that's something to work on. So I kind of want to do all of this from our other dimension, which means we have to come down here, go through here, and I do eventually want to clean all this up. I don't want nothing over here. It's this one. I gotta get a portal system figured out. This is a mess. Missing destination. What the? This is our new spawn. What just happened? What the heck just happened? dim send 1. Oh, no. This is not supposed to go to dim send 1. Or it's supposed to send, but then it's supposed to send to void base. Okay, it was probably just because I moved it and I hadn't reset that dial yet. All right, so here is the work we have done on the void area. So we've got our nice little base here. This actually is the spawn point right here, the original spawn point. And then we've put this little bottom section just so that's all we've got going on here just for that area to spawn in from. So let me go set something up and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that very odd kind of break there. I was so thirsty. I had to deal with something. So yeah, I just needed food. So yeah, we've got our station set up over here to work on what will eventually be a small tree farm here, and I may expand that. So I've got huh, look at that. We got us a trader. Potion of Ascension. That's actually kind of awesome. Only I didn't have Creative Flight. So, I think I lost a good chunk of levels, but that's all right. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. So, I brought these over here because I'm probably going to need them again, and I wanted to check something out. I made up about 10 dimensional transceivers when I did this. Now, you're not going to see it reflected here, and I talked about this last time, and I'm a bit of an idiot, but I've got this thing here, and I have told this on the server to transport much more than 20,000 RF per tick, which means that it can actually do about 12 million RF per tick, which we have a community server power for certain things. Now I don't use it for the majority of my stuff, but for starters, I will be using it over here because some of the stuff that I need to do could actually be quite expensive. And I talked about this a little bit last episode. These lights are temporary, by the way. They're actually just so that when I was AFK'd over here, stuff didn't spawn. So this has a private channel for myself for server power and can accept much more. The upkeep is actually 0 and the max RF is insane. So it's much more like a Tesseract now. I prefer this model. I prefer this setup. So I prefer this interface system as well, and I just feel like it has a lot more control for me. So we're going to try something here. I bet a couple of these bad boys, like so, could put out a lot of power, and I'm wondering if they can go any faster. So let's do this. I'm just going to do this to test. I'm not going to actually let this finish because this would take forever. None. Absolutely none. No RF per tick or just 1. I guess it's just having trouble mapping. Is that what's going on? Really? Now that is strange, isn't it? All right, well, good to know. So, anywhooser, so that's that. I may or may not need this here. What I'd like to set up first is I'm also going to need an integration station. Integration table, excuse me. So, redstone chipset, I'm gonna need the diamond gear. This one is kind of annoying to make. However, I can use the gold gear from Thermal Foundation, which means I can skip a lot of it. So we're going to do that for sure. Didn't ever really notice that before. So there we go. Diamond gear. Redstone chipset, which I think I just need a piece of redstone for. I might actually have the chipset already. Just Redstone stone. Yep. There we go. Plop, plop. And we'll do this real quick like a bunny. Can't believe I just said that. I'm going to try and keep this temporary as well. Will that reach? I don't know. I don't think that's actually going to do anything, will it? Blast. But if I put it underneath, it should, right? Yes. All right. Temporary, functional. I like it. Oh, that was interesting. Okay, so we got our redstone chipset. Let's make the integration table real quick. All right, this operates on the same kind of power, so I actually probably should have a better setup than this. This is what we need to start making our robots. So if we look at robots, robots do different things for us. And they require a couple of things that I still also have to make, but mostly they require a blank robot template, which there it is. Oh, I need diamond chipsets. So I'll make a whole bunch of them too. Actually, I would need a stack to keep up with the amount of those that I have. Not there. There. All right, diamond chipsets. Throw those in there. Excuse me. I'm gonna have to fix this. This is gonna drive me insane. Oh, sweet. This actually works. Blah. Oh, my wall. All right, I can throw that there. Is there another one that I can throw on? Yep. Perfect. So we're going at 480 hours per tech. I guarantee you I can get that higher, but I'll work on that later. For right now, let me just cook these up. And the other thing I'm going to need to make is I'm pretty sure if we need Sherf. Well, I mean, I know we need these. I just don't exactly remember how to make them. We need these like blueprints, I want to call them. Not blueprints. We need schematics. Orders? What do I call them? I gotta do this the old-fashioned way, I guess. Here they are. Board. That was not even close. So we need a blank board, which... Oh, are you kidding me? No, not that recipe. This one is fine. I'm not really sure what just happened. I really do want to get into open computers at some point. I gotta learn it up. All right. So there's 16 of those. Those should do for now. When this is done, we're going to randomly get redstone boards. So these are kind of what, like, you take the board with the integration table, you take your robot body and the board, and you integrate them, and bop a booey, you have a robot type. Now, these are randomly created, right? So they don't take a lot of energy, but they do get created at random. So you never really know what you're going to get. So for that purpose, I'm actually going to turn my magnet off, which is a big no-no when you are working in a void dimension. But I'm going to let those cook up. The other thing that we're going to need, and I'm pretty sure it won't show us this, is emerald gates. Oh, it's sweet. It does. Awesome. Which requires stuff, possibly. That's not really helpful. Requires a couple different kinds of pipe wire and an emerald chipset. Emerald chipsets are just emerald and redstone, right? And then red, blue, green, and pipe or yellow pipe wire, which is just dye, redstone, and iron. It could also be blue dye, red. So it's always redstone, iron, and then just colored dye. So I'm going to make up a bunch of those, and the reason that we need those is in order to control the robots, we need to have a good docking station for them, and that may actually end up right across here, depending on whether or not it needs power. That's my thought anyways, and it'll benefit us well if it's very open and accessible. And while there is the possibility of mob spawning here, it's very slim because they could only spawn at night or when it's covered. And these lights do well. Do? So I'm going to wait for this stuff to kind of craft up and do a bit of this work off camera, and then we'll be back to take a look at our Buildcraft robots. So we'll be right back. Boop. I got impatient, everybody. So this is cruising along now at a good 1700 RF per tick as opposed to like the 4 or 6 or whatever it was doing, which is quite a bit faster because it's been a little while and it's still just doing these. So I did make a couple robots. We got a few more here. I'm actually leaf cutter. Do I need a specific leaf cutter too? That'll be annoying. I'm looking for a lumberjack actually, and it doesn't look like we're gonna get it out of this group, but we do have a planter. We have a farmer. We have a harvester, but I need a lumberjack. Harvesters are great for crops, but they don't work for trees. So that's happening. So the reason I had to speed this up though is, I mean, I haven't even gotten through the diamond ones yet. In fact, I've only gotten through like 15 of them, which, granted, after this one, I'm going to take a pause on. Because it's a little ridiculous. So those are done. That was quick. And we're going to start on the emerald chip sets because we do need quite a few of them. So we're going to let that happen. So let's see what we got. Lumberjack. Wow, lumberjack. Awesome. All right. So I have enough. I'm getting a bit of lag right now, which is kind of annoying. And I'm a little worried. My internet's every other Saturday night. I don't know why I said internet's. I meant internet. Every other Saturday night goes down for a few hours. And it just happens to be Saturday night. And it also happens to be a Saturday night where I have to be awake kind of late because I am waiting for some company to come over and crash for the night. So I figured why not get some recording in, and yeah, my wife's in bed, so I was like, sweet, I'll just hang out, get some recording done, have a good night, and really don't want my internet to go out and ruin my night, which is kind of sad, but who cares? It's the truth. Here's my story, sad but true, about a girl and her name was Sue. I don't know how long I can do that. So the next thing that we're going to need a whole bunch of is some structure pipes. Now, thankfully these are actually quite cheap and easy to make, but it's interesting, like a friend of mine and I were talking about this the other day, just how actually I think it was me and Taco Mage you see on the server every once in a while. We were talking about how archaic the Buildcraft piping system is, and neither of us are really sure if it ever made any like drastic changes to catch up to the style of piping that seems to be the trend. And I say catch up knowing that like some people do enjoy this system. They enjoy playing with the mods that are a bit harder, a bit less forgiving, like IC2 and Buildcraft. And I get that. That playthrough is always fun. But you know, it's just it wasn't my thing, and so I was wondering if they ever changed it, because I haven't used the Buildcraft pipes in ages, and they are very inexpensive. So that's my rant about that. Now we need some docking stations, which requires gold chipsets. Dang. Hold on. Did you see that recipe? That can't be right. $16 gold and 1 redstone equals that? That can't be right. I gotta, ugh. Alright, well, we might have to grow some gold to get some quickly, because we don't have, oh, okay, we have quite a bit. Quite a bit. All right, so we got some emeralds in here. Oh yeah, and over here I have everything that I need to make the pipe wire. So why don't we go ahead and do that really quick? Now we won't let this one finish it. So there's a lot of energy stored in here already, which is going to make things interesting. So we'll go ahead and say this. And again, this is going to be super fast, and I might actually clog up the chest. I'm not sure. The pipe wire, it makes a lot. I just figured I'll make a half stack of each. By a half stack, I mean I'm going to use a half stack of each resource to make them. They'll make way more than a half stack. Probably 3 or 4 stacks each. Boom. All right. And then why don't we throw our gold chipsets in here as well to get them cooking, because that's crazy. I love that. There we go. Look at that. 4 each. So 1, 2, 3, 4 with these bad boys. And we'll... Oh, wait. I need the yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when that's down, we're going to get an emerald. Do I want an AND gate or an OR gate, or do I want either? I don't know. We'll start with AND for now. And we'll grab a few of them. And I'm just trying to figure out if I'm going to run out of... Not sure. Not sure. So we can grab a couple docking stations. Actually, what we'll need right away is 3. Boy. Interesting. Oh, electrical lights, yeah. So, here we go. This is where things get a little interesting. Now, my understanding is a lot of the updates had to do with, not a lot of them, but there were some big points in the updates that had to do with popping these facades off. Yeah, that works a lot better. These things used to go flying. All right, so there's that. So what we do is we take our planter and we take our lumberjack, all right, and we throw them on here. Now, why are you all like hot and bothered? We'll take our gate. Boom. Okay, so here's how this works. That was not what I was hoping for. So I'm going to say this. As long as you don't have a redstone signal and there's work to do in the area, you'll go do it. So this is... Which one is this? I don't know. That's kind of a terrible problem. What the heck? How do I pop these bad boys off? Oh, don't tell me I need to break it. How's about a wrench? This wrench probably won't work. Blast. All right, so let's actually do this. Let's do this a bit more intelligently. Right, so the green checker box is the planter. And what? Oh yeah, a lumberjack is the other, is red and black. So planter, lumberjack. Got it. So here's how we do the area thing. If we look over here, kind of Buildcraft silicon, I believe. I'm trying to remember all this from the last time I actually looked at it. Oh, interesting. These are new, I think, actually. I might have to do a bit extra work. What is this? Oh. No, it can't be the facades. I don't want to go through all those. Please, I'm not going to go through all those. Ah, where'd it go? what I'm looking for is just actually a little piece of paper. That I cannot believe is not in here. All right, let me look around for this, and I'll figure out where my little zone planning thing is, but... Huh, that is bizarre. Oh, I didn't put them all in there? What's wrong with me? All right, let me go figure this out. I'll be right back. Well, folks, other than my strange lag problems, things seem to be going well. So the way this used to work was you'd put down landmarks. And I was never really certain, because I never experimented with it, whether or not you could take the landmarks up after... Wait, I don't want to hit you, guy. After you were done setting a zone for a robot to work in. Well, as it turns out, that's no longer how it functions, which... I mean, actually, it might still work like that, to be honest, but there's another way to do it as well, which is to use this zone planner. So what I was looking for earlier was the map location block, or page thing. It's just a little yellow page. It's blank when you make it, right? Just paper and yellow dye. And so what you do is you pick a color. I used red, and you can add or remove. If you want to remove, you click this, then you drag an area out, right? And it would remove that area from the zone. If you want to add it, boom, remove it, gone, right? And only works with the color you're currently interacting with. Then you put a map location in, and it applies that area to this map location. Then you come up here. And then you come up here. Look up here. Come on. Come on. Hello? Oh, you're kidding me. Of course I timed out. Anywho, yeah. So you go up there and you open that block and you time out. And that's all that you gotta do. Once you timed out, everything's good to go. I'll just watch this. I'm not gonna be able to get back in, am I? Be right back. Alright, so your Emerald AND gate opens up and we got it set to redstone signal off. Then work in the area. Now, there's other options of this. Gate side only you can do, because now you can set pipes to be functional on, or not pipes, but like signals only apply to one part. So you can do that. And the more options you use, the more things that open up. So you take your map location, you click on there, and it applies it to that area. Work in area. Now, this guy would go and do his thing. He's actually good to go. There's no redstone signal. He's got his area. He wants to go. What we need, though, is we need a chest. There it is. Man, my connection today is just not doing too hot. All right. And we also need an axe of some sort. Now, let's see what we got going on in here. We have enchanted axes. All right. And then we need to do something else. We need to say, let's actually grab this here. I really need this to be making... What is it missing to make the gates? Why are you not making the gates? Farmer, harvester, crafter. We got some more of these to work with. It needs all the pipe wire. The gate, does it need iron? It shouldn't. Oh, there they are. I don't know what it's missing, but it really shouldn't. Well, I know it's missing something, and I can't. Oh, I know what it's missing. I'm an idiot. It's missing these bad boys. There you go. Let those keep crafting. We're going to take another cobblestone structure pipe. Oh, I've actually got a couple in here. So sweet. And we're actually... Oh, hello, sir. Just going to give this a temporary place to call home. All right, let's put you here for now. We're going to say structure, and we're going to say chest. Boom. And do we have a docking station that I can use? We do. Boop. This is where it's going to go for now. Wow. I'm going to put the axe on up in there. So we're going to say items in inventory. Provide items from the chest to the robot. All right. And that's all. So look at this. He's going to fly over here. He's going to land. He's going to pick up the axe. And he should. Come on, little buddy. He should come right over here and start chopping the tree. Go chop the tree, little buddy. Okay, maybe it just took a minute for him to process to go find the tree. He did to search a slight area. Come on. Okay, bit of lag, that's fine. Chuk, 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 chuk. Pop, 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 pop. Now here's the thing. This guy, and this is not an effective farm. This is why I'm doing this at this point in the game and not earlier. All these things are going to stay there. So what I need is a chest. Sorry. I need a docking station. Which requires a couple of these guys. Come on out of there. Perfect. Boom. All right, so we're going to put you here with a gate. And we're going to say... Grab us a picker. And a robot. I'm just missing the diamond chips. I think I got a few of them. Yep. Coming over to our integration table. Now the picker robot is kind of like your go-to items guy, right? Boom. So we got us an items guy. Now we're just going to throw him down here. I think. There you go. Oh, boy. He's on a run. He doesn't even have any instructions. Calm down, bro. Well, where he's going is actually to go pick up those items that fell. So I'm going to say redstone signal off. Working area. Right? Piece of cake. So he should run over here and try and grab all of those. But the problem is he doesn't have anywhere to put them. So I need an ME interface. This ought to do. Got me a structure pipe here. And of course, our emerald gate. And we're going to say redstone signal off. Accept items from the robot. And I'm pretty sure I drew this whole area. So eventually he should figure out that this is here. And I'm really hoping that he sees it as an open inventory. If he doesn't, we're going to have to do something else. Come on. Meanwhile, we have a planter here who needs some instructions. All right. Work an area, give him the area to work in. And he will need to be planting saplings. So, look at that. He did figure it out. Now, we got a bit of work cut out for us because we're actually going to want this to filter to not take the saplings unless something else is full. And there we go. Look at that. So when he's done, he'll go back to his little home base here, and he should be good to go. So the last one that we're going to need to do is going to be a temporary one. I'm going to automate this a bit better after we're done this session here. I'm just going to get a chest, and again, temporary, very temporary. Come over here, go blah, blah. And where's my... I need another structure pipe, don't I? Yeah, I didn't craft another one. Really should make more than one of these. Perfect. 54. Perfect. So boom. Boom. Docking station, emerald and gate. Items in inventory. Provide items, and we're going to grab some saplings. Wapapooey. Okay, so how this is going to work now is he should, again, eventually, the planter should, I think this, now this should, this part I've done before. The planter was bugged last time I tried to do that, but this was a long time ago, at least in how Minecraft works. But the planter should see this eventually as something he can work with. I think I really should look at the boards. We got farmer. I can't actually see if he moves from here. Farmer, knight, carrier, builder, shovelman, harvester, lumberjack, bomber. Oh, there he goes. So he should just look for dirt in his work area and plant it. Look, it's like he's got a little mohawk. Hello. Now, it looks much better than this when they can actually be used and not lagging and rubber banding all over the place, but that's okay. If you want to make this faster, what you do is you can make more robots, right? So you don't need an individual station per robot, but they will wait until the actual docking station is clear. So it might help to put 2 or 3 docking stations on one structure pipe. Okay, and then you have a couple of the same kind, and they'll run your farm for you. So this is going to take a very long time. But that's about it. Couple things to note. The only way to get the robot options in the gates, right, is to actually have the gate on the same pipe as a docking station. Now, it does not have to be a structure pipe. In fact, I don't know if there is any merit to not using a structure pipe, but it doesn't have to be. I just think they function better for what I'm doing. But yeah, it definitely doesn't have to be a structure pipe. You do need a gate and a robot. Now, when I originally started working with this, and I don't know if this has changed, it really had to be an emerald gate of some sort. You needed that functionality. I don't know if that's still the case, but I guarantee you just like a regular redstone gate won't cut it. But that is definitely something that you're going to have to look into if you want to explore this a little bit more. Again, not the fastest way to do a farm, but it is a powerless farm. Completely powerless. My understanding was originally they did require power, and you would do a lot of this docking on the, I just realized I'm doing a lot of like really, really hard P's and letters and things like that directly in front of my microphone, which I usually try to avoid. And there's a built-in pop filter, but I don't have my secondary one right now. Anywho, so it's a great powerless one. I think originally you would put these docking stations, or at least one of them, on a power line, like a kinesis pipe, and that would provide an alternative option. Or no, it would provide a way to power it, and then you'd feed it power, and it would have a docking station, and that would power the robots for a while. Now, that may come back later, don't know, but for now, this is working for us. I'm going to have to expand the amount of robots for sure. But you can do all sorts of stuff with this. I mean, logistically, and the robots can build, they can fight, they can dig, they can sort. It's really, really, really cool. Not fast, but it's cool, in my opinion. So I'm definitely going to keep working with this in this world. I'm so glad it works. The planters used to be super bugged, so I'm really excited to see how this goes. I want to create a couple of food farms just because, and a few other things I'm going to play around with and see if they work. So that's going to call it. I hope you enjoyed checking out the new Void World setup we got going on, and our Buildcraft farm system. Really, that was a lot of fun for me to film. I mean, it was a lot of fun for me to work on this. I really wanted to get into this a little while back, but they just weren't ready. So I had a lot of fun, and I hope you guys did too. If you enjoyed it, leave me a like or subscribe. Hang up your lab coats on the way out, and I will see you guys next time. Deuces!